don't want to live in camp, right? They don't want to live in a camp, right? Like they've seen all the TV shows on Netflix, all the TV shows available online. They've used all the same websites as you. They're just as good as a. They've got little sections where they sit up and they put a projector on the wall and they all watch shit together, and they get involved together. And war isn't a solution either way. But the fact of the matter is that someone's willing to stand up and try and provide something better regardless of it all. And if you look really deep into it, you will see that all of the construction, all of the development that went into Israel was a product of these services that gave young children, young men, young women, and men within these like civilian regimes in society opportunities to do laboring, electrician jobs, become engineers, architects, right? Mechanics, diesel mechanics, right? Repairing cars, have cars, right? These motherfuckers in Hamas are eating beef every day, right? These motherfuckers in Hamas are telling you, you can't drink, you can't smoke, you can't do this. They're taking it from you, but they're drinking and smoking it, right? They're telling you that you can't have meat that's halal, but they're not telling you that they're importing fucking a bunch of cattle and frozen beef that comes from a fucking Ukraine ration policy that they happen to have some bloke named fucking Evgeny bloody happen to be a part of this mafia that wanted to make money, right? Like, that doesn't matter because you're living in a fucking refugee camp, right? The fact of the matter is you've lived in this refugee camp for 9-10 years, right? And you're sick and tired of it. You're sick and tired of watching online and all these people being successful. You see your mum and your dad getting sick. You see people around you getting sick. The rain comes and it turns to swamp and the fucking flies come from the shit pile. And the only job options you've got is to sift through rubbish, right? And fucking sort plastic and glass, right? Like, that's been the last 7 years in the hopes of trying to solve a problem that you're not willing to acknowledge is a fucking shit go. Like, and if war happens to lower a fucking foundation because a bunch of tanks decide to drive around in circles and park places, and that's a place that we can build your fucking building where you can live, right? And the civilians, they're not retarded. They know that because they've grown up having homies from fucking kids to growing up learning Arabic, learning education. But then that kid didn't come home one day and your other homie said, nah, that fucking guy down the road gave him a knife and told him to run at the guard with it, right? And then those kids are like, oh shit, their survival instinct is, well, how do I live and not get associated to this, right? Well, their only option is to pack their bags with their fucking mum and live in a tent, right, for 10 years with their little